So I've got my Google form completed and I want to share it to my students via Google Classroom. Now, in another video, I've looked at using the stream just to make a quick social post and have the links on there to the form. Now, this time I want to look at using it via Classwork to share it, because sharing it via Classwork means I get feedback if they've completed the assignment or not. They can mark it as turned in. I mean, I'd do that via responses, but if I want to do it slightly more anonymously. So first of all, I'm going to go into Classwork. Now, I'm going to create a post, and there's lots of different ways of doing this. I could just do create material and just give them the link. That would behave very, very similarly to how it did on the social post on stream. However, I could go into assignment, and then this gives me the opportunity to have a few more options. Now, complete the questions, and then I'm going to add it as a Google file. So I'll go in Google Drive, and I'm going to look for my Disney on Forms. So if I type in the name of it, Disney on Forms, it starts to appear. Now, if I did this on stream, when I did this just by putting the file in, it took them to the editing view. Now when I assign this, instead of taking the students to the editing view, go onto my stream, I can see the assignment, complete the questions. It doesn't take them to the editing view anymore. It takes them straight into answering the questions. So it actually sets the form up at the user end, because it's recognized that by putting a form into an assignment, I need to do it that way, rather than encouraging these children or students to edit it. My other options are, I could go into create, I could create an assignment, and I could add a link, just like I did before with the on the stream. So if I put a link in, I just copy and paste a link in there. So if I go into my Disney on Forms, go up to share, select the link, I'm going to shorten it, copy, go back to my classroom and paste it in. I share the link and it identifies it as a form that will take them to answering the question straight away. So if I hit assign, that will be another way of sharing my assignment with the class. Both of those work, or I could just copy and paste the link into the instruction section there as quite an ugly version, but it would work. Now, assignments over just sharing it on the stream have the advantage that it enters it into my mark book, so I can see what they've done. So I can see if they're completed, and it will put my scores. I can put my scores in there. If I am using a self-marking quiz, there is the option that I could go via quiz assignment. Now, this is absolutely fine, but it needs to be set up as self-marking, and it will go funny with the points over here. So if I'm used the normal point scoring in Google Classroom and the point scoring there, it can cause a few conflicts. So just be a little bit careful with that one and make sure you've got your settings absolutely right. If you're wanting the self-marking quiz, you could do it either way. But if you're just doing a normal quiz, I think the easiest way would be to go via assignment or just sharing the link. Remember, so classwork, if you want it to be recorded in your mark book as an activity, even if it's just to mark off that they've done it and that you've got a complete overview of it within Classroom, so you can look at individual responses. If you go into stream, you don't get so much of that within the Classroom, but you still do get to see the responses within the response section on your Google form. So think how you want it doing, think what way suits you best for sharing it with your class. At the end of the day, all these different ways of doing it means that they do get the form to complete.